Hey guys, this is Real Appalachia with Shane.
And Melody.
And today we are in...
Pulaski.
I'll let you say it, yeah.
Yes.
Because I like to say Pulaski or Pulaski interchangeably. I don't know why.
It's Pulaski.
Are you sure about this?
Yes.
Final answer?
Yes.
Because I've heard people say Pulaski from down here, but I don't know.
No, it's Pulaski.
I'm not going to argue with you. But if I had a nickel for every time, and I've said if I had a nickel, and that's why I love this mural back here.
You'd have a lot of nickels.
I'd have a lot of nickels. If you had a nickel for every time I've said that, you'd be a wealthy woman.
refreshing $5.
Yeah.
If you had a nickel, you could buy a Coke back in 1920.
You said $5, but 5 cents.
I said $5. Sorry.
5 cents, delicious and refreshing, but we'll get a better shot of that real quick. But
yeah,
enough with our little silliness. Let's get on the road.
All right, let's do it.
Well, there's a better look at it. I just love that. I don't know why.
I know, I do too.
I like to get me some Cokes.
And the stone underneath and the little river. It's nice.
And that, if you see that clock tower back there behind there too, just over the building, you see that? That's really neat.
I just love these little shops that like sit on the river like that.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. This one seems pretty well designed. I don't know that it would flood too badly, but...
Yeah, wouldn't think so.
Wouldn't think so, but what do I know?
Everything's possible though when it comes to nature.
I know, it's true.
The population of Pulaski was around 8,700, so, you know, 9,000-ish.
Well, it certainly has capacity for a lot more, that's for sure. You can
it does, yeah.
Have a look, and now that's a good sized town for Southwest Virginia, but it's not what it used to be.
Right.
So again, like we said, this is what your typical, there's the Pulaski Motor Mall, McDonald's, all that kind of stuff.
You can see some buildings have closed, shut down.
Yeah, the closer you get to downtown, the more you see of that, it seems like too.
So Pulaski was incorporated as a town in 1886, and I love the founder, Count Pulaski.
I've got
How
this picture
cool is that?
Count Pulaski, yeah.
Count Casimir Pulaski, he was from Poland, and he was a Revolutionary War hero. So, how many Polacks does it take to create Pulaski? Apparently only one.
Are those jokes acceptable these days?
Probably not, but when have we been PC?
That's true, I sang Dixie the last video,
yeah,
so yeah, what more?
That's alright.
I guess we just throw out the rule books, don't we?
I guess.
Cancel Melody and...
We just go with our own thing. But...
Yeah, that's where our hearts lead us. There's a duck crossing sign. You don't see that very often, do you?
You don't. They need them in Abingdon.
Now,
everywhere.
Speaking of counts, though, I'm a big fan of counts. And it all goes back to Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Count Von Count.
Yeah. And Count Chocula.
Oh, there's OK Barbershop. And that's where you go, you don't really need a good haircut.
Yeah. It's just okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's just okay.
I got a bunch of OK haircuts.
Like, well, I was going to go somewhere else, but this is okay. Maybe they have better hours than other
Better
places.
hours, better price.
Yeah.
You see an OK barbershop, okay?
I think it's really neat coming into Pulaski here and seeing like all these industrial buildings. You can kind of tell like there was a lot going on at one time.
Oh yeah, like this massive warehouse, factory type looking thing in front of us. And you don't know what they're used for, if anything, at this point. But.
Yeah. And somewhere around here is a really good restaurant, and we're going to go check that out again, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, as soon as we find that street, and it's First Street.
It is First Street, and the restaurant is Al's on First, and it's part of a hotel.
So we're excited to get there because it was a nice surprise last time.
Yes, so good.
So good.
So good.
I don't know what street we're on now, so maybe it ain't First Street. Looks like 3rd Street Northwest. So.
Yeah, so I guess it's 2 streets up.
Okay.
Be my guess.
That would be a good guess.
If I had to guess.
But this is an easy town to get lost in too for me. It's a little confusing because it's, like I said, it's pretty big.
Yeah, and we talked before about how many pretty churches that they have, and they still look like they're in really good condition.
Yeah.
Despite a lot of the buildings around here, especially in the downtown. So that's always good.
We're not getting where we want to go because we're still on 3rd Street, so we're just staying parallel to where we need to be.
Yeah, I told you, it's 2 streets up.
Well, I thought you meant straight ahead.
No.
You didn't say 2 streets to the left. Well, all right. So, well, we're getting...
In the map of my mind, that was up.
Yeah.
But this kind of gives a little bit of an idea of these other buildings, because some of them are really cool.
Oh, yeah, we got to get more of this downtown area.
But it doesn't look like anything has really stayed. It's actually right there on the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to go in here and eat, but it does feel like there's a lot of stop and start progress here, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And the town is kind of spread out. And you just passed it up.
And there's the Jackson Park Inn, but you guys won't have to deal with that because I'm going to get us to the right place and we'll go in and eat. We're a little late to the game showing the food. We got so excited, weren't we? Mm-hmm. Look at that salad, though.
It's so good.
Well,
everything is so fresh.
Who said eating healthy was bad? You know, it's like it tastes bad. I may have said that, but it don't. After this, it's changed my mind. That is a good-looking salad, isn't it?
It is a very good salad.
And it's a good tasting one. I haven't tried mine yet.
It is so good.
Beautiful. Great little dinner room, too, dining room. And even got a little coffee for later if you want. Very impressed with Al's on first. Who's on first? That's the old gag from Laurel and Hardy days. But we found out that Al's on first. Well, the old plate's clean on the salad, but now...
We both got veggie plate.
Yeah, what you got going for you?
Mashed potatoes, the best mashed potatoes ever. And mac and cheese, which is also really good.
Oh yeah, I've about finished off my mac and cheese. I got the old banana pudding, best for last, and you're going to regret not getting that. I can already tell looking at it.
I may have to get dessert. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Those look really good.
I wrote you off too quick. My bad. We had to stop and show this fire department too. Is that not the coolest thing ever?
I know, it's like an old school fire department. I love it.
Even better, guess what? It's got a weather vane on top too. Look
That is so neat.
I know, man, they really did this right.
Yes, love it.
Alrighty, so now we're leaving where we just ate at. And
Yes.
it's inside the Jackson Park Inn.
Yes.
And I would love to come here and stay sometime.
Yeah, it looks really nice. A little boutique hotel.
Yeah, you just check out their website and you can see what we're talking about. But it looks like a very unique setup, and it's just a cool thing to do in a small town like this. So.
And there's the Pulaski Police Department.
Yes, the municipal building, and there's post office workers of some sorts. I
think it's the new post office.
Okay, yeah. I was floored.
Or, I don't know if I said name, it's the post office.
I was floored when I looked and saw the population, historic population, because as you'll see when we go through the downtown area, a lot of these buildings are not in use. Like this Dalton building, which looks amazing. Yeah. And so I just had it in my mind that the population had took a massive drop.
Right.
You know, we see that a lot. We see them drop 100% almost.
Oh, yeah.
And, but here, well, look at that clock right there. That's neat. I get distracted.
I know.
But here, the peak, it was 1940 when it was 10,400, and now is what you say, 8,700?
Yeah, like around 8,700.
Really
so,
nice
I mean, it really hasn't dropped much from the peak. Oh, the Dave Matthews Band?
No way.
That's what it said.
They ain't dropped off this. They ain't dropped to that level, I don't think. But
oh my gosh.
I mean,
keeping it real on Real Appalachia.
Well, you know, I'm talking about capacity. That wouldn't hold.
Yeah. I swear there was a poster that said Dave Matthews Band. That's a good marketing strategy. I could see the cameo of Crooks in Bristol doing that. Just putting up like Red Hot Chili Peppers poster. Make people think somebody's huge is going to be there.
That happened back when I was in school in Lebanon. They hyped up that the Jets were coming, which I know you don't know them. They were like this Samoan band or something that had found out I got a crush on you and stuff. That this big hit. Anyway, they're supposedly coming, and it was all big made up pile of crap, you know, just wasn't happening. But no, I wasn't hating on that place. It just the capacity is what it is. It's not,
yeah.
It don't hold.
And Dave Matthews has a like cult following.
Yeah. I'm not a fan.
I'm not either, but he does have like a cult following, like a huge amount of people love him.
No slighting. That's a neat theater. I'd be honored if they ask us to come in there. I'd be floored.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm not Dave Matthews either. So, oh Lord.
There's a Harmony Cafe. Yeah. They need a Melody Cafe. Melanie and Harmony.
It's wide open for you to move down here then.
I don't don't think I mentioned this before, but before Pulaski become Pulaski, it was Martin's Tank was the town name.
Martin's Tank.
Yes. And there's an old train station.
Yeah. Here's a VFW post, 1184. So
They got their Virginia Love sign up.
Yeah, I'll train on this street. Like I said, this is a kind of confusing, hectic little place. It's and this downtown area is very large for what you expect in one of a town this size. I mean, Abingdon agrees it's handy to have this many buildings.
Oh yeah.
And they're about the same size in population. And of course, as soon as I talk about the downtown area, I cut off into residential. Now that's just par for the course.
Yeah. That house is beautiful.
Yeah, and you can tell these are, built, looks like, just guessing, 40s, 50s-ish when they had that boom time. And
yeah, probably so.
the brick houses.
Well, that's something you don't want to see every day.
It's sad.
Somebody with their hand down their pants, but...
Well, speak for yourself. No, and me, speak for in this case.
I guess that was interesting for video. Okay.
There's your thumbnail. I hear from him in the comments. I'll kill you.
I don't know that he'd be with it enough to realize that he's on there.
You know what I'll say about that, don't you?
There's banana peel in the road. I always think of Mario Kart
Yeah.
when I see that.
There you go. Alrighty, we had enough of that drive down that road.
Yeah.
We saw a few things, and a few things we didn't want to see.
Yeah.
Some things we wish we could forget.
Oh my gosh.
But it's all for laugh, isn't it?
It is. We have a good time.
We have a good time.
And that guy was having a good time.
He's having a better time than we were.
Oh, anyways. Okay.
I'm officially naming Pulaski the land of the four-way stop sign.
Yeah. It's a lot of little cut roads.
And there's just enough that aren't four-way to throw you off. I about got splattered here about 2 or 3 times already, but...
Or I almost got splattered.
Well, depends on...
But it makes it confusing because I'm almost like, where have we been? Where have we not been?
Well, we went by the theater. That's where I bagged on them about not being able to hold the Dave Matthews Band.
I would just notice that mural that looked like a train was coming on one side of the building. The other side of the building had the back of the train.
Oh, how cool.
It was like a tunnel.
Yeah,
and one side had the front of the train and one side had the back. That was really neat. I just love murals. Like any kind of expression of art, it just adds some personality to a town.
And what's so shocking to me is that so many cities fight it and don't want them. That's Main Street Girl. I bet that's popular.
I know, I don't get that either, but it's just me. I think it adds a little something to a town.
Yeah, I do too. Here's that big factory-looking thing again.
Yeah, like the industrial part of the town.
Yeah.
And so at one point, Pulaski County had over 12 mining companies, iron, zinc, and coal. Which,
wow.
I don't always think of coal being in this area.
I don't either.
But
I remember them having a lot of plants. I was thinking they had furniture plants and stuff too.
I think probably so. I think I read that somewhere too, but I wouldn't swear to it. But we talked about it in Ivanhoe, the iron mining company, and apparently Pulaski had one too, called Pulaski Iron Company. So
is that pretty named?
Yes.
They didn't get too cute with it, did they?
Nope.
And here are some of those stop signs. Another four-way.
Yeah, you haven't gotten tired of those, have you?
Well, you know me. I've never seen a stop sign yet that will just roll right through. But
so there was also in the town of Pulaski, the Allied Chemical Company opened the acid plant in town.
Acid plant?
Yeah, so local sulfur deposits enable sulfuric acid to be manufactured at a plant for 72 years until it closed down in 1976. So that was in the town. I bet that gave the town a good smell.
Yeah.
Sulfur. I don't think we've been straight there, have we? Like that old, well, it's not really old, but what is that, like their county administration buildings?
Yeah, administration building here.
Yeah, that's really nice. I don't think we've been by it, have we?
No, but we'll cut through this parking lot because they have that cool building in here.
Yeah. Yeah, we noticed that earlier.
Yeah.
We wanted to take a little sweep of the town.
Because we know diddly squat about this place.
Yeah.
And I've driven around for about an hour or two now, and I still don't know nothing about it.
And now I'm getting confused. Did we go there on video or did we go there before?
I think we took pictures here. I don't think we went on video.
I don't think so either.
But I'll go look at this building because it's so neat. I'm surprised they haven't tore it down because it's right outside the place.
Right. I love this place though. It's really neat.
Yeah. And we'll go back the way we just came because the sun was right in our eyes and try to give people a break.
So, First Hospital of East Main Street was the first hospital. 1915 in Pulaski, and it was funded by the Allied Chemical Company. So anytime that's a thing, it makes me think they probably had a lot of injuries at their factory.
Yeah.
Because they needed to build a hospital. So
public relations thing too. Like we care, we hurt people, but we care about them.
yeah, that's true. So there was some textile plants.
Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Clothing manufacturing. Maybe that's what I was thinking. Instead of furniture, was more of clothing and that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. And we are going to go by the next hospital was the first hospital was moved to Randolph Avenue, which was
the Randolph House. We did a video
Randolph
of that.
House. Yes, we did a video of it, and we'll show it a little bit on here too.
I had some good advice for the good folks of Pulaski. You know, to fix these roads
Oh
downtown.
gosh, yeah.
Pretty rough.
Oh yeah. I love their courthouse too. We need to show that.
Yeah, we'll stop and get a shot of that. Oh, we had to stop here. Well, would you say this is glorious?
I would say it's glorious.
And that sign says Pulaski County. I don't know if you can read that.
Yes.
Okay. It says, this native stone arch, built in 1907, was used as an entrance to the Pulaski County exhibit at the 1607 to 1907 Jamestown Exposition. When returned to Pulaski, it was erected here as a permanent entrance to the Pulaski County Courthouse, which was completed in 1896.
This makes you feel important walking through it too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was some high quality stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You don't beat that stone. Is this not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen?
The most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I mean, it's up there.
Yes or no? That's a simple answer.
Look at the bell. I bet you'd love to go ring that.
I would. Push that button so fast it'd make your head spin.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Look at the whole town.
Yeah, and it's just... Here's a little...
Nice little shot of the downtown too.
Yeah.
One of the streets. This building to the left of us.
Uh-huh. Does you want me to pan back over there? Yeah.
Yeah. I love the tile. Isn't that neat?
Yeah, it's very dated, but yeah.
No, I love it.
Would you say that's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen?
I would say it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
This
in my
versus the
whole entire
courthouse. A or B?
life. No.
Well, you know we're going to love this, right?
Yeah.
Called Count's Crossing.
You better wear some
Count one,
garlic around your neck
Yeah.
if you go through here.
Well, you know what you got to do, they say. If you want to make it safely across, you got to count. So 1, 2, 3. How many steps you take?
So I count my steps and stuff anyway.
Do you?
Sometimes.
Okay, well, how many steps have you took so far? That's what I thought. You made that up.
Nuh-uh.
Look at that.
It's a cougar.
Is it? Is it a bear or cougar or panther? What is
I
that?
thought it was like panther.
I don't know. Looks like a skinny
I was
bear.
being silly. But look how much bigger the deer is than it.
Yeah. What is this?
Scale. It's just a cat. I don't know why I said that so loud.
Look at the eyes in that tree there too.
Yeah, I think it's just a cat.
Black cat, well, Janet Jackson. Black cat. You don't know that song. It's before your time, yeah. The two little bunnies. What is that, the Mothman or?
I think that's a Mothman, honestly.
I swear. What else could
I'm
it be?
pretty sure it's a Mothman.
Yeah, because look at that. The Mothman of Pulaski.
But he doesn't have red eyes.
Well,
Is the only thing.
maybe he's sleeping.
Maybe.
This is a neat little courtyard. I love this kind of stuff. I don't know why. I just do. I don't even know what that is. What's that black thing back there?
It looks like a goat.
Interesting. This is very interesting mural, isn't it? Can you imagine what, I mean, all right, let's compare this side with the mural, right? It looks arty and discomfortable or whatever, and then the building across from it, and kind of in fear for something to fall on top of your head. You know what I mean? It's like, and I'm not saying that it's so bad about this building, it just shows you what murals and things can do to a downtown area that's older.
Yeah.
It glosses them up, makes them look a lot better. So,
I
it's like,
agree.
let's make a walk out that door right on you, right there. Woo!
Gross.
And here's the Pulaski Theater. And Melody's going to eat crow finally. She's going to admit that maybe she wasn't right about something.
Well, it is kind of deceptive. It says Dave Matthews Band, and then underneath it says tribute
Yeah.
in lighter letters.
Well, I got to be with you on this one because I don't think Dave Matthews draws enough to where he'd need a tribute band, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Sounds like having like a John Anderson tribute or something, you know what I mean? Like,
I really love that fire escape too. That's neat.
the Earl Thomas Conley tribute band will be, I'm just kidding, I shouldn't say that.
And Departure, the Journey tribute band. That kind of cracks me up. Departure, that was a good name.
Well, that's funny because I always said when they lost Steve Perry, they should have called themselves Destination. They're not on a journey anymore, it's over. That expression loosely based on Melody, it looks
Oh
like.
my gosh. I was just saying she looks judgy.
Exactly.
I am not judgy.
You're judging me right now.
Just with you, maybe.
You're judging me right now. Look at that versus this. Judgment written all over you.
No. Well, the bell's like us. It's a little bit late.
Yeah, well,
and
we're late to get the bell, so
turned it on late.
yeah, it turns. So
It's about 4 minutes after the hour, and it just changed.
and we just missed it all, so we can't throw all shade on them, can we?
So. Oh, there's a Pepsi sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a neat little thing, and another four-way stop sign, and I guess it's got to be.
Another four-way stop sign. I was looking at the Pepsi sign. You had to show your Coke sign. You got to show my Pepsi sign.
I don't know. Well, which one looks better?
Well.
Pepsi needs to come down here and scrub back up.
So we're going to go check out the Randolph house again.
Yeah, we showed that in the video.
Street, or Randolph Avenue, I guess.
Yeah.
So there was a hosiery mill. There was silk hosiery, Jefferson Mills. They had, is it hosiery all like pantyhose?
Yeah, I think so.
So they had all kinds of hosiery mills in Pulaski.
Well, women wearing a lot of pantyhose back in the day. Y'all don't know now.
I guess that's true.
Women are just so daggone liberated and sorry these days. They won't wear them. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's miserable.
We haven't talked about famous people. I know that there was some athletes that you were excited to talk about.
Yeah.
So Gary Clark was one that I knew.
Yeah, he was.
NFL player.
Yeah, he was two-time Pro Bowler for the Redskins, and he was a great wide receiver. He's actually made the All-Madden team. John Madden used to have a team for like guys that are tough.
Yeah.
Gary Clark made it. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was real.
I think that funeral home looks haunted.
Yeah. Well, speaking of haunted.
Coming up on the Randolph house.
Coming up on the Randolph house. I'm not going to pull down in there because of the gravel road, but...
Yeah, and we did a whole video. You see it on the left. It's really grown up now. So we did another whole video, and it wasn't as grown up because it was more like winter time-ish then.
Yeah, it looks probably creepier now.
I know it does with all that greenery on it,
Yeah.
but you could see the building a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, really neat residential area here too.
Yes, but back to what I was saying, we did a whole video on the Randolph house, and you could see a little bit of the structure a little bit better, and so go check that out.
Yeah, we got out and did the whole 9 yards about it.
Yes, and it's...
I've heard bad news that it might be getting decimated here soon.
Yeah, I really hate that. Man, that house is nice. It's gated, too.
Good.
Yeah. So, anyways, Gary Clark, NFL player. Jeff King, also NFL football player.
Yeah, he was tight end, and he was a really good player.
Shane Graham.
Yeah, kicker.
NFL. So, and then there was Ed Goodson, a baseball player.
I know the name. I can't remember what position he played, but...
There was an American filmmaker and author who was from Pulaski, Scott McTavish. And so he did some movies. He was actually a stunt double for The Crow.
Oh, wow.
And he wrote the book, The New Dad Survival Guide. So it was pretty neat.
Yeah. The New Dad Survival Guide sounds like... I'm sure I've heard of it.
Matoki Slaughter. I'm not really familiar, but that was a clawhammer banjo player.
What a name. That's an awesome name.
I know. And
all roads lead to that big massive plant over there.
Was that the only one that we had to say? Lewis Kenneth Bossel. He was a Medal of Honor winner because he went above and beyond the call of duty during World War II. And we love our troops, so we will throw that out too.
I just love stumbling up on stuff like this. It's the George Washington Bicentennial Memorial Tree. It was planted in 1931 and dedicated in 1932 to the Pulaski Garden Club Women's Club. So, let's see how it's doing. Well, if any of those ladies were still around, they'd be very proud. It is going fine and dandy. It's almost as tall as the American flag. And it is part of Jackson Park in honor of C.V. Jackson, the mayor, from 1953 to 1968, it looks like. And here's a war memorial. World War I. We got this chap right here. Memory of the Confederate soldiers of Pulaski County. Guy looks like he's in pretty good shape. I'm thinking that one probably dates back to 1861-ish. I think he'd have looked that good at the end, but... And here's a cannon. And back here a little bit heavier fire. Pretty cool. It's so funny, in our last video from Morristown, we talked about time capsules, and I'll be darned if there ain't another one here. And this one was sealed 1976 and will be reopened in 2076, so hopefully I'll be around to see this reopened. Pretty neat though. Kind of give you an idea where we're at relative to the downtown area. Nice little gazebo down there. Seems as though the birds have certainly enjoyed this bench. Oh,
we gotta do one more sweep and show this. I'm pretty sure I read that this place is haunted.
How could it not be?
But I couldn't find anything about it before our trip today.
Yeah.
This is the Jefferson School, and it don't look like it's got much life left in it either, unfortunately.
No, I would say it's on the chopping block.
I think I did read that it was gonna cost like at least $1 million or millions to get it back, like not livable, but you know.
Yeah, the shame of all these places like that is that they are so daggone expensive to do because of the asbestos and lead paint and all the things that we figured out now are horrible for you.
Yep, exactly.
They were basically the building blocks of old schools.
I know.
Amazing that anybody's still alive after all that. But
I know.
But yeah, there's a look at it.
That place is awesome to see, though. I love it.
Yeah, not a good place to park or we jump out, but.
Oh, there's a for sale sign. It looks like it's been knocked down.
Oh, well, you want to buy it?
Private property. So yeah, somebody's owning it and taking care of it. There's the grass is mowed.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll spring to life again.
If you've got millions of dollars and you would like a good investment, then come on down.
I'm not sure if a good investment it would be, but yeah, an investment.
Well, yeah.
All right, guys, we hope you enjoyed this look at Pulaski.
Yes, we have enjoyed our trip here, and especially that food.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that whole weekend. I'd love to stay there sometime. And the courthouse was amazing. And we do want to dispel one rumor that's running wild right now. Dave Matthews Band will not be in Pulaski this year, but the Dave Matthews Tribute Band will be here.
But maybe in a few more years. Let him get more rundown. For
100 points and control the board, what's your favorite Dave Matthews song?
None.
I like one.
I'm just not a fan.
I like one. I like that little song Satellite. That's what
I don't know that one.
Oh, okay, anyway.
Yeah. Let him sing it.
Yeah.
But anyways, we hope you like this video more than you like Shane singing.
Or Dave Matthews Band singing. Yeah.
Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and you know what to do. Yeah,
and Dave Matthews from Virginia, by the way. But anyway, that's a story for another day. He actually taught people guitar lessons, I think, when I was at Virginia Tech. Anyway, yeah.
Anyways, we'll see you guys on down the road.